Hey ladies, if you're 45 and over and your money feels like a mess, if you're living paycheck to paycheck with little to no savings, or feel totally unprepared for an emergency or an unexpected bill, or retirement planning, or even thinking about retirement, then this video is for you because I'm starting a 30-day financial reset challenge and I would love for you to join me. I'm Dion of Delightful Wealth Creation, and I know what it's like to be frustrated with money. I've had my money struggles, and I've made plenty of mistakes along the way as well. I paid off 60,000 in debt, and I'm on the path to building the life that I truly want for my family and myself. And I've made the intentional decision to stop surviving and start rebuilding. And that's what this 30-day challenge is all about. Small, doable daily steps that can help you get in control, start saving, begin paying off debt, and start believing that financial freedom is possible for you at any age. You don't need a finance degree. You don't need perfection. Just 30 days and a fresh mindset. So let's reset your money, your mindset, and your future together. Now, here's what this 30-day financial reset challenge is all about. It's broken into 4 weeks. Each week has a focus, and you don't have to do it perfectly. You just need to show up. And I will go through the challenge in this video with you today. You can also download the challenge in the description box below. So let's take a look at week 1. Week 1 is face it and fix it. Facing it meaning face what your financial picture is. I want you on day 1 to print or write down every bill, every expense, every creditor, every debt that you have. And I want you to write down every bank account that you have. Take a look at your money. What is your financial picture? Then day 2, I want you to find your magic number. How much do you need to feel stable monthly? Meaning, how much money do you need to have to cover all of your expenses and where you feel comfortable knowing that everything is covered and you have some money left over? Day 3, I want you to track every dollar you spend for 3 days. Track it. Right now you're trying to see what your money pattern is. And on day 4, I want you to identify your money leaks, such as subscriptions, impulse buys, takeout, things that weren't planned in your budget that you just did impulsively. I want you to look at those leaks. Just identify them. No judgment. You're just identifying them. Day 5, I want you to set your first tiny savings goal. And when I say tiny, I mean something small where you won't even notice that you're saving it. It could be $20, but I want you to focus on setting aside a tiny savings goal. And day 6, I want you to create a visual. Take out a tracker, a calendar, a vision board. I want you to start paying attention, even a journal. Start paying attention to what we're working on here and track your progress. And at the end of the week, I want you to reflect what you've achieved for the week. To help you get week 1 underway, to get a quick snapshot of your money and your spending in 10 minutes, download the free 7-day financial clarity starter kit. It's in the description box below. But once you get the challenge, once you download the challenge, it will also be linked in week 1. I have other tools and resources in the challenge to help you to be able to accomplish all the tasks for the week. Let's move on to week number 2. So week 2 is all about cutting costs and creating margin. What is margin? Margin is cash flow. So this is the money that will be left over after you've made some adjustments to your spending. You're finding money that you already have. So on the first day of that week, of week 2, which is day 8 of the 30-day challenge, you're going to pick 1 to 2 expenses to cut. And I want you to be honest with yourself, not harsh. Please do not pick something that is really important to you and you cut it out, because then now you're going to feel miserable and like you can't enjoy working on this challenge. So pick something that is not of value to you, something that you're not really using much, but you're paying for it every month. Cut out 1 to 2 of those, and that'll help free up some money. The next day, day 9, I want you to try a no spend day. No spend day at all. Spend absolutely zero. You're saving by not spending. The next day, I want you to do meal plan. This is day number 10. Meal plan, or cook something that's already in your pantry, already in your freezer or your deep freeze that you have in the garage or on the patio. And I want you to save. We're going to have a no spend day, and the next day you're cooking and eating everything that you have at home. So you're not doing any takeout that day. On day 11, I want you to call a service provider, whether it's your cell phone plan, your internet plan, and ask for a discount. Ask them, is there a better plan that you have available right now that I can take advantage of and reduce that expense for the month? Also, you can call your creditors. I want you to call some of your credit card companies and see if we can reduce the interest rate. Day 12, I want you to look around your house. There's something that you have with a tag on it that you have never used, and you can sell it and make a little money on it. I want you to sell one unused item around your home. On day 13, I want you to cancel something that doesn't bring any joy or value to you or to your family. We spoke about earlier on day 11 is to call a service provider and ask for a discount. Now we're looking a little closer at our expenses for the month and seeing what we can call and cancel and eliminate that bill and free up something. And maybe something that's costing you $10 a month, $20 a month. You just freed that up by canceling it. And for the final day of week 2, I want you to transfer the money that you've saved during that week for making all of these adjustments. I want you to transfer it into a savings account, preferably a high yield savings account, especially if you do not have an emergency fund. And I want you to start with a mini fund. A mini fund is $500, and start building your emergency fund from there. An additional tool or resource that can help you with cutting costs and creating the cash flow that you need, you can still use that same 7-day financial starter kit. I have just a couple of scripts in there to help you call some of the providers that you have to negotiate a lower rate, a lower or a better discount plan. And I also have another ebook which I will attach. It will be attached to the challenge, as well as it's in the description box below, entitled Where Is My Money Going? And in that ebook, it has detailed scripts of how to negotiate a better credit card rate, negotiate a better plan, how to cancel. It has you go over your entire budget. And after you've made these savings and cutting the cost, it now shows you your potential savings and helps you to work on a revised budget. Week 3 is tackling your debt and boosting your income. And on day 15, the beginning of week 3, you're going to list your debts from the smallest balance to the greatest. And then on the next day, I want you to choose a debt payoff method. And we're looking at 2 choices, the snowball method or the avalanche method. I'll explain them briefly. The snowball method is where you're looking at the bill that has the smallest balance, not the interest rate, but the smallest balance. So if you have a bill that has a balance of, say, $700 and the next one is $1,000, you'll focus on paying off that $700 balance first. And all the other bills that you have, all the other creditors, you'll pay the minimum payment and put any extra money that you've discovered from week number 2 and you've already saved your emergency fund, you will now start dumping it on that debt. Now, the avalanche method, this one focuses on the highest interest rate. So whatever debt has the highest interest rate, not necessarily the largest balance, but the highest interest rate, you start focusing on paying that off first. And the benefit of paying that off first is that you pay less on that debt over time because you're knocking the interest rate out quicker by putting more money onto that bill. So you decide which method is better for you. I use both interchangeably when I paid off my $60,000 in debt, and I still use that today. And what I find is if I need some motivation or something to help build momentum, I do the snowball. I pay off the small one quickly because I find those small, quick wins really help keep me motivated and will help me to continue on the path that I'm working on, which is ultimately financial independence and freedom. Now on day 17, I want you to make a small extra payment on a debt. You've already decided which plan you want to use. You're looking at your money, and I want you to make a small extra payment. Even if that payment is only $5 over the minimum, it will over time reduce that debt faster. Remember, small wins help to build momentum. Day 18, I want you to brainstorm and Think of a side hustle idea. Yes, even at 45 plus, you can come up with a side hustle. You have skills. You have so much wealth of knowledge over all these years of just living. You have so much experience that you can share and monetize and make some money off of that. So I'm going to add a video. I'm going to link a video that I did that has some ideas of how to make $1,000 quickly. I'll attach it in the description box. It is also attached to the challenge. So that's one of the resource tools that will be available for you. You could click on that and just get some ideas. And as we're talking about your skills on day 19, I want you to offer one of your services or skills to a friend or family member. I know that's a little scary at first, but offer something. Can you consult on something that can benefit them? Are you able to do some clothing alteration, some home decorating, some floral arrangement, some baking? Can you go out and do some of their gardening? Offer a skill, a service that you can provide and monetize quickly to a family or friend. Are you good at organizing? Are you good at decluttering? Can you go in and organize their closet, organize their pantry, and help them out and collect some money on that, even if it's $25 to $50? Do you know that adds up over time? On day 20, I want you to open up a debt freedom bank account. So I want you to open up an account that you're going to use strictly to pay down your debt. So all that extra money that you're going to make, whether it's from overtime, whether it's from a part-time job, a side hustle, a side business that you're trying to start, the services that we talked about, using your skills to offer a service and make some money on it, the $25 or $50, anything that you can make. And I want you to dump that into this debt freedom account. And when you are making your monthly payments, I want you to pull the money from that to pay on the debt that you're focusing on, and remember to decide which method you want to use. Snowball this month, avalanche next month. You can use one consistently that makes you feel better, or you can use them interchangeably. As I said, I did the same thing. And then I want you to reflect on what you've done for the week. Celebrate every small win. It is powerful. We're winding down to the end of the challenge, and on week 4, we're going to dream, plan, and we're going to move forward. So week 4 begins with day 22, and what you're going to do on day 22 is real personal. I want you to grab a journal or paper or on your computer, your iPad, anything, and I want you to write your why. What does financial freedom mean to you? What does it look like for your life? Really hone in on this, and I want you to dream big, and I want you to believe it. Write down, why is it that I want this? Why do I want to do this challenge? Why do I want to have all my debts paid off? Why? What is the real reason? What is the purpose for your life that you're thinking about? Be honest with yourself and write it down. Nobody has to see this but you. On day 23, I want you to create your dream budget. What would your budget look like if you had no debt? What would you be spending on? Where would you be living? How much would you actually need to enjoy your life? Write that down. Write down this budget. This is your goal. This is your dream budget. Remember, we're dreaming big here and we're working towards it. On day 24, I want you to set one long-term goal, just one. Sometimes we overwhelm ourselves with multiple goals and then we never even attempt to achieve any of them. So we're going to focus on just one long-term goal. And what is that goal? It's up to you. Is it to save $10,000? Is it to buy a home? Is it to pay your home off if you have one? Is it to retire early or just to be able to retire at all? Is it to relocate to a lower cost living area? Figure out what your long-term goal is. Is it to have a really fantastic vacation where you travel to another country or different parts of the world for, say, a good month? Whatever your long-term goal is, I want you to write that down. And on the next day, which is day 25, I want you to set 3 mini goals that would help you achieve that one long-term goal. In other words, what are the steps? Give 3 steps. 3 things that you can do that will help you to be able to achieve that long-term goal. Is it to pay off one particular debt, and that frees up a whole lot of money to be able to work towards that long-term goal? Is it to create a side business that will help you have some freedom to be able to achieve that long-term goal. So think about what your long-term goal is and come up with 3 methods, 3 goals, mini goals that will help you achieve that one long-term goal. Day 26, I want you to start educating yourself more and more. I want you to learn something new about money. I want you to read a book, read a blog, listen to podcasts about getting your money together, watch YouTube videos and channels like this one that will give you some suggestions, ideas, give you some guidance, and share experiences with you about money. Day 27, I want you to share your journey with someone, and not just anyone. I've shared in previous videos where you don't just share your dreams and goals with just anyone, but I want you to share it with someone supportive. Join a community or of like-minded women like yourself to encourage, where you can encourage one another, lift each other up, give some advice, share experiences, and join groups where they are also pursuing financial stability, where you can have some support and some accountability to help you keep moving forward on your dream and on your path to financial stability. Day 28, we're almost done. I want you to review your progress. What changed in the 30 days? Even if you didn't do every single step, what changed for you? What did you notice about doing this challenge where you had some wins in there? And I want you to celebrate it. On day 29, celebrate. Celebrate what you've done. What you've done is something powerful by the ending of this 30 days. And on day 30, after celebrating on day 29 all the powerful, wonderful things that you have achieved, I want you to plan your next 30 days. Keep the momentum going. Now, I know this 30-day challenge may feel overwhelming at first, especially if you've struggled with money for years. But I'm here to tell you, you can do it, and it is not too late to get started. You are not broken. You are not behind. You just need the right steps, the right support, and the right mindset. And every little change you make, every dollar you save, every debt you face, every belief you rewrite is a step forward to the freedom you deserve. This isn't about being rich, it's about being free. Free to rest, free to travel, free to say yes to the things that lights you up and no to the things that don't. Just freedom to make the choices you want to make about your life. So here's what I want you to do. Join the challenge. You can start anytime, today, tomorrow, next week. Just start. I'm offering this value-packed challenge for only $3. I spent many hours creating this challenge, and I really wanted to help you, and so I made it super affordable. So there's really no reason to say no. This is cheaper than a bag of chips or your favorite comfort chocolate, but it will transform your life for the better. So download the 30-day Financial Reset Challenge. It is in the description box below. Subscribe so you don't miss weekly encouragement and videos on this channel. And then comment below. Say, I'm in. And tell me what will be your first financial goal. Let's build the life you want. One step, $1, and one belief at a time. Because sis, it is not too late. You're not too old. You've got this. And I'm on the journey with you. Thank you for watching, and I'm proud of you for just showing up. Let's reset our finances and start living with power, peace, and possibility. See you in the next video, and remember, your future is worth fighting for. Until next time, take care.